evening, wherever you are in the world. I happen to be here in San Diego at the beach with my wife. We are celebrating 40 years of marriage. We're doing that tomorrow. We've been together for 43 years, and we've snuck away to this wonderful place to spend some time together. So that's what we're doing here, and that's why it's so dark in the background. She's still asleep over there, and I'm over here doing a class. Imagine that. But I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate you and congratulate you for making such a huge difference. The foundation's goal, the foundation's purpose is to help you and your family and friends to have a better life. That's it. That's the purpose of it. And we do that with the different missions that we do. Mission number one is that we want to help and those that are in need. So for every hour you go to class, the foundation will donate a pair of eyeglasses, will feed someone, or will provide gallons of clean water to help them. Now, the purpose of the foundation is to help you, your family, and friends have a better life by providing free success and money classes for anyone, anywhere. And by simply coming to class, you can earn money for your long term. Our goal is to help you get where you need to go. So mission number one is to help other people. Number two is to help you. We got to help you get going where you need to go. So we give out financial rewards for you simply coming to class. If you're here today, you're going to receive a financial reward. If you've done any of the classes online, there's all kinds of ways that you can earn financial rewards by simply going to class and by sharing others. Probably the most important part is to share with others. Now, my wife and I, LaDon, put $3 million into the foundation. That money is what we call a corpus or an endowment. And as it makes money, we want to give that money away. And so we've been doing that on a weekly basis for quite some time now. And we've got 3,000 of you that have received money from us to put into your investment account. And the reason for the investment account is that's the one thing that every adult wishes they would have done, was started to invest at an earlier age. Not save, but invest. So that's what number two is. Now, mission number three is to create a platform. This platform is a wonderful platform where you have access to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of online classes about success and money. And you can do this as an individual. You can do this together as a family in a very fun and competitive basis. You can do this as a school or a church or a charity or a group or a team. So when you enroll and get a free membership, the person who gave you your job, give away that other people, then you're the enroller, and your job is to then be their cheerleader. It's your job to support them. It's your job to encourage them to get into class, go to class to learn, earn, and return. Now, on top of that, you can be part of a second group, which we're going to be talking about. But today's about celebrating you. We just hit the 22,540 mark of students we have around the world. And the reason this is important is because we want to show you that it's working. It's working all over the world. So congratulations to all of you that are there. We had 169 new students this week. 169 of you that joined the foundation, which is awesome. You've been online for 169,000 hours, and you spent 300 hours just this week going to class. So we should roll over the 170,000 hours by next week. The top enrollers, Cecile Ann cranked it. She signed up 31 new people this week. I'm kind of slacking. I'm behind, but I did some. Jomar Johnson, Angelo, Daryl, Helaman, Nancy, the Young Investors Society did some, Margolin, and Bernadette, Joel, and Thamer. Congratulations. You reached out to somebody, and, the only way that you can really help somebody, you can give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, but if you teach him how to fish, you can feed him for a lifetime. But if you can teach him how to teach, you can change a whole generation of people's lives. And that's what we're trying to do. So congratulations. If you made this board, you want a financial reward for being here this week. Now, the top enrollers overall, you can see that we this graphic have the rookies on the left side. You can see the rookies, beginners, intermediates, and advanced. So as people are just getting started, they're a rookie. So Jamar, in second place right there, signed up his first two people, it looks like. Total enrolled is 2, and they just barely got started. Congratulations. Then you go down here to the advanced group, where you've got Daryl, for example. He's in section number 6. He's got 606 people he's enrolled, and then number 3 is Johnson. He's enrolled 835 people. Both of those are responsible for over 5,000 hours of people going to class. You want to fix somebody, change their world? There's 3 things they got to do. They got to learn, they got to earn and return. Learn, earn, and return. It's not, you can't just give somebody this pill and hopefully it works. That doesn't work that way. You've got to do it. Your job is to grow a money tree, and then to grow a whole orchard of money trees, and then grow multiple orchard of money trees. That's the key of doing it, and that's what you got to do to make it work. So congratulations to all of you. This is the same one we can look at. This is all the rookies that are competing with each other. As soon as you've signed up your 6th person, you become a beginner, and we kick you up into to the next class. And then you can see the intermediates are after that, and then the advanced. So the advanced group has got to compete with each other as well as the rookies. So congratulations to all of you. If you're on this board, you earned some Buffett bucks just for doing that one thing. So congratulations. Top influencers. What's an influencer? Well, once you enroll somebody, you are their enroller. Then your job is to help them to learn, earn, and return. Your job is to be the cheerleader, the supporter, the mentor, to encourage them to keep going and get where they need to go. So that is the enroller. Now, once that happens, and then your job is to help them duplicate influence. All influencers, we're influencers for good, influencers for bad. The example we set, the things we do, is what happens and how you make a positive or negative impact on people's world. And so all of us are influencers. You're an influencer, believe it or not. And your kids are watching what you do, and they are trying to mimic what you're doing. So if you want your kids to have a better life, then you got to work on you getting a better life and then teaching them along the way. But I want to congratulate, these are our top influencers for the week. You can see Daryl and Johnson right up there. Cecile is right up there with 34 new active. And you can see there's the rank. T1, T2 is all the people that were active this week for Daryl. T2 is all the people that they enrolled that were active this week. So congratulations. This is what the influencer looks for the week. We keep track of everybody on a yearly basis, on a 30-day basis, on a weekly basis, and as much as a 24-hour basis. But congratulations to all of you, Daryl, Ethan, Angelita, Lavinia, and Juliet. You guys are the top influencers this week, so keep up the good work. Okay, the top influencers all time. This is the fun one that I love looking at. You wonder, are you making a difference? Are you truly making a huge difference in people's lives? Well, you look at Johnson and Medi, they enrolled 835 people. Those people enrolled 485 people. They've made a huge difference. Between just 2 levels, 1,300 people have joined the foundation, and they're part of this network of best-selling authors, educators, entrepreneurs, and students. You're part of the network. You're part of the group. And you can see how far they've done. They have 12,000 hours. You learn, earn, and return. That's what you got to do. You got to do those 3 things. You got to do those 3 things. But you can see the massive impact. And then you look at Ethan. Ethan is the guy that basically enrolled Johnson and Daryl. And, he only enrolled 35 people, but 2 of them are just cranking. That's why he's up in 3rd position, and they're actually outdoing me, which is awesome. I think that's great. So congratulations to every one of you. As you can see your name on this board. Christina, you're doing great. 46 people that you've enrolled by giving them your link. Give them your link and then encourage them. Watch them. Let's do it. The link, and then you share your link, and then you have them actually register. Have them register and say, it'll only take you a second. Usually when I'm talking to somebody, we'll say, what, I found this wonderful nonprofit educational foundation. They teach kids, teens, young adults, and adults about success and money. Well, because we probably skipped those classes in school, and they're giving out free memberships that you can go through these wonderful classes. They're nonprofit. They're a charity. Would you like a link so that you can get a free membership? And then I just wait. And they pretty much always say yes. I say, so then I said, okay, well, good. Let me text you a number. Text you a number. And I've already got my link already in my contacts. So it's very easy to find. I just copy my link, And then I text it to them right there. And then it'll pull up, say, good, now just go click on it. Let me make sure that it works for you so I can make sure that you get this free membership. And you know what? And you can share this link with your family and friends too. And then they click on it, put your first name, last name, your information, a good email. You need a good email so you can get back in, and a simple passcode so you can remember how to get in there. And then when they click on it, they have the access to ways to make money. There's 7 different ways that you can make money with the foundation. Our goal is to give this money away and help you on your path. That's the purpose. That's why my wife and I created this foundation. And that's what we're doing, is to help you, your family, and friend have a better life. So as you look at the people that are on this board, they are kicking it. They're making it and helping people to have a better life. The government's not going to save you. Your parents aren't going to save you. You're in the game. If you're breathing and you're on this earth, you're in the game. And games are fun. So let's go play the game of success and money. Let's go have some fun with it. That's why we're here. So congratulations to all of you. You're on there. It's just awesome to see how many people that you've enrolled and how you're making such a huge difference in people's lives. So that's perfectly awesome. Let's go to the next piece right here. $141,000. We've got over 3,000 students that we've given money to start and to add to their investment account. Now, why investment account? Well, of the 7 things that we teach, step number 1 is to make more money. And you need to be able to do this on the back of an envelope. Make more money. Number 2 is to separate it. 3, give some away. 4, automatically invest. 5, save and spend. And then 6 is multiple streams of income, and 7 is the wealth formula. So number 4 and 7, let's go through those again. Everybody get out a piece of paper. All of you should be drawing this and doodling this out. I did this yesterday with a good friend of mine that I've known for decades, and he literally wrote it down on the napkin as we were having breakfast, and he wrote it down and he put it into his planner. Step number 1, you need to learn how to make more money. You do that by solving bigger problems, adding more and you make more money. You do it with your job and with your small business. Number 2 is just separate it. You get very intentional of where you want your money to go. We're going to manage your money on one piece of paper, and we're going to use that as step number 2. We're going to go through all the 7 steps, but number 2 is to get out the manage your money on one piece of paper tracker and be able to use that. Number 3, give some away. Give your time, your energy, your money. It doesn't matter. You just got to give some of it away. It's a spiritual law, and it's a business law. Number 4, you got to invest. Automatically invest. Invest. The government can't balance their budget. So what do? You can mute them out. So what do the governments of the world do? They print more money. If you had 10 apples and you had $10, every apple's worth $1. But if they print a bunch of money, which they are doing, and now there's $20, but there's only 10 apples, well, every apple's now $2. That's inflation. So if there's only $10 in the marketplace and 10 apples, well, each apple costs $1. But if they simply print more money, now there's $20 out there, but there's still only 10 apples. Well, every apple's now $2. And if you're selling apples, that's good because you can make more money. But if you are buying apples, it's hard for you and you're going to get crushed. We have to play this game, and just knowing how the game is played will help you to make a huge difference. We got to get you investing. You got to start investing. And we're going to teach you the simplicity of investing, of what you've got to do in order to be able to do. You can pick and choose, which we don't believe. You pick and choose, you lose. You usually don't hire somebody to do it. You just buy the 500 biggest companies, the index fund, the 500, the S&P 500. The 500 biggest companies in America are global. They're all over the world. Or my favorite's Berkshire Hathaway. And so when we give you money for your investment account, you can do whatever you want with your money, but the money we give you, we want you to put it into Berkshire Hathaway and the S&P 500. That's how you get going, and that's how you get started. Number 5 is to save and spend. You got to save some money for emergencies, but really you got to get the money in. Don't sit in your back pocket or give it at the bank where the bank's bank's not going to give you anything. And then we're going to let you manage that money on one piece of work. You go to courses, go to the downloads, and you can download it and start using that system. Number 6, multiple streams of income. We need to take that small business and turn it into a large business. And we need to get real estate going on. You all should have a Frankler home. You need to have a place to live. You need to have some rental units. My wife and I made $10 million in real estate by owning smart debt. We borrowed money to buy these beautiful units. Some of them weren't that beautiful, but we bought these units, we rented them out, and the renters paid them off for us. Thank you. They doubled in value over time. The loans got paid off, and we made $10 million. We took that $10 million and we put $3 million of it into the foundation. So you've got to do multiple streams of income. You got to get into real estate. You got to get your businesses going. We got to get your investments going and real estate going. You got to do it all. You're going to loan and you're going to own. Number 7, the most important part, is the wealth formula. The wealth formula is similar to number 4. It's just that we want to take the streams. We want to take the money from your businesses. We want to take the money from your real estate, from your investments, and from your job. And we take all 4 of those things, and they have their own separate accounts, but we need to get that extra money put aside into a separate account and then get it to grow. It's got to grow. You got to make it grow. You can't just shove your money in the bank and have the bank pay you nothing and then charge you 21% on your credit card. They're taking advantage of you. So we need to get it to grow. We need to get it to grow. I just attended this wonderful event last week. I sat by a guy that was worth $3 billion. I've met people in there that are worth 14, 15 billion. I'm a little guy. I'm a little teeny guy in there. And the one thing they talked about is multiplying their money. How long does it take for them to double their money? And that's what they do. They've got their money doubling over 7 years or 9 years or whatever it is, 6 years. At 12% is long. If you just put it in the S&P 500, is anywhere from 9 to 12% on a long-term basis. Why? Because the government's inflating the money. So you've got to invest. And so your job is to double your money. And that's what these guys do. But they're, the guy I sat next to in one of the events, he's worth $3 billion. He was telling me he invested 50 million into this fund. Just crazy numbers. It's the same. The principles are the same. All they do is just add zeros. It's the same principles. And the same principles that I'm teaching you are the same principles my dad taught me when I was a kid. And they're the same principles that we are teaching you of what you've got to do in order to be successful. Now, you've got to do that over time. This is not a get rich quick. This is a long-term, solid, long-term investing plan. This is the millionaire next door. The guy that's wearing the fancy watch and the fancy clothes and driving the fancy car and in the big house that probably hasn't got any net worth. Big hat, no cattle. And, the guy that I'm familiar with, and I know billionaires, you would see them in a restaurant, you would know who they were, because they just don't do that. They're very, very different. So that's what we're trying to teach you. So we've already given out $141,000 to students to get you going. We need to get you going. That's crucial. Okay. We've already donated over $1.5 million to schools, churches, charities, groups, and teams, and we need you to be part of that. Mission number 3 is the platform. As part of that platform, we give out money in mission 2 and 3 to individuals. We also give them to schools and churches and charities, groups, and teams to help them and to help people, because that's why you're put on this earth. Individual hours, go to class, get to class, get to class. See here, right here, hours. You guys are spending hours watching stupid social media stuff. Now, there is some really good stuff on social media, and there's some incredibly stupid stuff on social media. Out of 1,000 videos, 999 of them stupid, but one of them's got gold. And so what we've done is we've taken that best stuff that we can find in courses that have been donated to us that we can use, as well as great social videos that we found, and we put them through the platform. And we just give you credit. All we do is when you watch it, we just give you credit for it. And you can earn extra money by doing that. But congratulations to every one of you. If you'll spend 18 minutes a day, you will know more about a subject than the vast majority of people on this earth. So you don't have to be, in order to win, you don't have to win by a mile. You got to win by a foot. And you do that by studying. You've got to get to class. So congratulations, every one of you on this list. I'm going to give you a financial reward just for doing that. So congratulations. Categories. This is part of number 3. So when you go to class, you are competing as an individual, and that's awesome. When you go into class, you are part of a group. Whoever enrolled you, you're part of their group. Awesome. Now, in many cases, you can be an additional second group that we're doing, and this is the different way that we do this through this 3 deep. You do the category. What are you? Well, I'm a high school. I'm a elementary school. I'm a college. I'm a church. I'm in a direct selling group that we compete with each other. Then inside that, then we look at your organization. What's the name of your congregation or your school or whatever? What's the name of the organization? Then you can have a subgroup. And the subgroup is young men, young women versus adults. It can be the class of 2025, class of 26. It can be anything you want. So there's 3 pieces to it. 1, category. Number 2 is the name of the organization. And then number 3 is the subgroup, any kind of subgroup that you want. So you can see that this is what we're really cranking on. And we've got some brand new leaderboards that go right into the high schools and the churches. And, it's amazing because the stats we find that people that join and do this part of a church group go to class more than they do high schools, who do it more than individuals that just joined by themselves. You need to do this as a team and be doing this together. So as we go through here, let's take a look at some of those. So the top organizations, of course, is our friends at Mabuhay. They are one of the organizations we do an awful lot of charity work with. And their students have been on for 29,000 hours. Just incredible. Number 3 happens to be a church. CH is a church. HS is number 4 is a high school. So Kappas National is in 4th place. The 3rd place happens to be a church. Number 5 is a church. That we have out there right now. Say, okay, let's take a look at the churches. So all time, the top church we have happens to be in Tarlac. The second biggest one is in Tarlac, as well as Panicky, number 3. So we want to make this fun. We want it to be educational and competitive. And then as a foundation, our goal is to support them and to cheer them on, and in many cases, be able to give them a financial reward for doing so. So all the churches around the world can compete with each other. That's the congregations. Inside that, then the smaller groups get to compete, subgroups. All the individuals get to compete with each other, who compete with everybody around the world at the same time. So here's the church subgroups. And so you can see that the adults in Moncada are outperforming the adults in Kappas. There's 3,400 hours versus 4,900 hours. People are going to class and they're making a change. The young men in Kappas are in 3rd place, and the young women in Moncada are in 4th place. You guys are a bunch of competitors, so go have some fun. Now, then you can see here's the top scoring individuals. So not only does it take all of that, but it also takes the individual. So you can see Daryl. You know why Daryl's successful? Because he's going to class. He's going to class, and then he's doing the things we teach him. And he's the top dog, almost 400 hours of online classes. And you can see here all these people. There's Ryan, who's a wonderful guy, a school teacher, a young family, just had a little baby. 277 hours. If you want to fix your world, you got to study successful people and do what they do. So this is the subgroups right here, which is so cool. And this is the individuals from the church groups. High schools, there's your high schools right there. The top one right now is Kappas National. And then we've got the other ones right there. And this is going to be a biggie. You're going to see this year the high schools, the subgroups really taking off. So congratulations to you. Inside those are the subgroups, 2024. And that tells you the top scoring hours by each of these high schools. Inside that, here's the individuals, the top scorer. So there's Jillian from Kappas. She's a senior this year, or he is a senior this year, 449 hours. Aaron happens to be a senior this year from the same school, 324 hours. You got to quit studying stupid things and you got to study to successful people and then do what they do. Okay. Top enrollers. This is so crucial. This is a biggie. This is a biggie. So we know that when you sign up and you get started, that the average student, if they watch the first video, spends about 20 hours online over time. Over a long period of time, they spend about 20 hours over time. If you don't watch the first video, you're out. Bupkis, zero, none. So when you enroll somebody, you got to get them to watch that first video. Now, when they do, they're going to make 10 bucks. And they can use that for Warren Buffett stock. They can use it for S&P stock or Elon Musk or McDonald's or Nike, whatever they want to use it for. And when you enroll them, then the enroller also makes $10. So look at all those ones that Cecile Callow's got. Here's all her new people, and all those people have watched that first Share the Wealth and Win video, and they made money, and so did she. So congratulations to you. That's awesome. Our goal is to help you get started. Our goal is to give away this money. My wife and I put $3 million into it, and our goal is to give it away. That's part of what we do. Now, here is the total number of people that watched it. Now, Josh and Ethan and I are very aggressive doing our marketing. So a lot of these are people that we brought in through our marketing. But you can see there's 61 people that got started. They watched the Share the Wealth and Win. And that's how they got started. And they earned money. Boom. You got money. You got Buffett bucks that you can trade for Buffett bucks, or you can trade it for other stock. So that is a good place to go. And that's a good place to start. So how does it all work? Well, it's very simple. You're going to learn, earn, and return. You got to get off your butt. And you got to start learning. You got to start earning, and you got to start returning. You got to do all this. You can do those your whole life. You're going to do all that your whole life. I'm 65. My wife and I are celebrating 40 years of marriage. We're celebrating 43 years being together. And we're in our fourth quarter of our life, you know. Hope we get overtime. But now I'm really hardcore into the return mode. So that's why we're doing what we do. So I want to thank all of you for being here. We're going to jump back here. We're going to talk about some other wonderful things today. And we're going to go into great detail about some wonderful pieces. So make a difference, make it happen.